In this video, we're going to visit Banff National Park, drive the Icefields Parkway, and visit Jasper National Park. Come along and join us. My name's Debbie, a Cajun girl who loves to travel the world. Join my husband Ronny, my brother KP, and his wife Babette as we continue our journey from the crawfish ponds of Louisiana to the mountains of Alaska. We're leaving our beautiful campsite at Kicking Horse River as we head out this morning. The Banff Visitor Center is our first stop. The city of Banff is inside of Banff National Park, and it definitely has an alpine feeling to it. This was an opportune time to get Canadian money. What do you think of this street sign? Isn't this nice? Even the clock tower in Banff gives the city an alpine feel. Heading into Banff, we see the gorgeous Banff Springs Hotel by Fairmont. Isn't this beautiful? The hotel was built by the railroad to lure visitors to the area. We took a little hike to get a good view of the Bow River. People were kayaking, and it was just such a beautiful day to enjoy being out there. The hike was steep, which is normally what we find in the mountains. Banff National Park is part of the Canadian Rocky Mountain Parks UNESCO World Heritage Site. Bear in mind there is no cell service in the parks, so download your maps. Also, wear layers of clothes because the temperature can change drastically in one day. What looks like tunnels are actually wildlife crossings. You can see the trees are growing over the bridge. Arriving at Lake Louise almost feels unreal. Even the dandelions look majestic here. This hut at the base of Lake Louise is where the Swiss guides lived from 1920 to the 1950s. They guided guests safely up to Lake Louise. Before going into the chateau, we'll take the walk to the lake. Arriving at Lake Louise almost feels unreal. The water is opaque turquoise and sits perfectly still between towering peaks and the distant Victoria Glacier. Canoes drift slowly across the surface of the lake, barely leaving ripples. We are simply taking it all in. There's a steep hike that goes around Lake Louise. It leads to the Lake Agnes Tea House, which is very popular. This is definitely a selfie moment. I think this is a great picture of KP and Babette. And here's a not so great picture of Ronny and me because the sun was in my eyes and I couldn't smile. This is where the canoes are rented. Okay, so now we're going into the Chateau Lake Louise. This is actually the third hotel here because the first two lodges burned. It's simply gorgeous. Driving the Icefields Parkway to Jasper is more of an experience than a route. Glaciers hang in the distance and waterfalls appear around bends in the road. Pictures don't come close to capturing the grandeur of these mountains. We're riding along the Bow River with its opaque blue water. The opaqueness and the color come from the glacial runoff as it brings tiny particles of sand with it. There are pull-offs with viewpoints and hikes along the way, and it seems that every time we reach one, the rain comes down harder. Still, the views are so beautiful. We made it to the Saskatchewan River crossing, and this is one of the only places to buy fuel along the parkway. The next fuel stop is many miles away, so even though the gas is expensive here, you really need to fill up. Here comes the cold rain again. Here we get a quick glance at Bridal Veil Falls. I'm braving the cold rain to take in this gorgeous view. Even though we can't read the sign with the rain, we're entering Jasper National Park. Immediately upon entering the park, we're greeted with the Athabasca Glacier. Wouldn't you know, the parking lot was filled and there was no room for us to park. But fortunately, in 2014, we were actually able to walk on the glacier. The Athabasca Glacier is fed from the Columbia ice fields. The glacier is receding 16 feet per year. It drains in the Arctic Ocean by way of the Athabasca River. This is the 2014 version of us. I have no words to describe the beauty of the glacier. This year in Jasper, we didn't spot any wildlife. However, in 2014, we saw many giant elk, and so I'm having to use those pictures. Jasper is one of the largest dark sky preserves in the world. The city of Jasper lies within the Jasper National Park. The Athabasca Falls are huge, but again, I'm relying on a 2014 photo. Today is simply not the day to go for a short hike. My photos of Moline Lake, unfortunately, are also from 2014. It was a beautiful day. Today would simply not be the same. Moline Lake drains out every summer and refills itself in spring with the snowmelt. This is a much younger version of Ronny at Moline Lake. Here's evidence of the July 2024 fires at Jasper. I wonder if that's why we're not seeing any wildlife. The weather being what it is, we went to our camping spot between Jasper and Grand Cache. We couldn't have picked a better place for a one-nighter. The rain actually paused just long enough to let us set up camp. Tomorrow we'll head towards Dawson Creek to begin our journey on the Alcan Highway, but for now it's time to say goodnight. If you're enjoying our video, please like and subscribe to our channel. See you on the road!